All right. Well, we got another tier ranking video here. One that is not very exciting. This is what our first retool in the Hammond collection line, I think. I mean, this and the female Raptor are repaint slash retools of the same Raptor figure. At least I assume so. I guess there's the San Diego Rex, but that's more of like a special thing. San Diego Comic Con, not like San Diego incident. Anyway, yeah, male GP3 Raptor. Here's what we got. Try and make the reflection not the whole thing. Um, yeah, at a glance, it looks like it's pretty much the same sculpt, probably a different head. We'll take a closer look. Hopefully it's not too dark in here. The sun is gone. Yep, JP3, little picture on the back. Nice little blurb. I'm really interested to see what the blurb is for the Irritator figure, if he even has one. The Concavinator figure, as we saw in the video, on Concavinator did mention Lockwood, the statues. So, all right, let's open this up, take a look. I already conveniently made a break in the little tape there that holds the back of the box together. It is what you would expect it to be. Raptor in plastic with a bendy tail. Nothing special here. Tail has the tip painted and the white stripe on it. This is actually a pretty good amount of paint for a Hammond collection tail. Compared to the other Raptor figure, yeah, I guess the other Raptor figure has the stripes going down to about the midpoint, which is where the side stripe goes here, then just the tip is painted. It's really not that much paint compared to the other one then. Let's get these little binds clipped off here. Release this Raptor from his prison so that he can wreak bloody vengeance upon the world that trapped him in plastic. Something like that. Now, I don't have as much reference material for this because I have a pretty damn good reference image to begin with. So that makes it seem less important. Two, this is just going to be a shorter video in general because who really cares that strongly about essentially a re-release, you know, revised paint job figure. I certainly don't. But I still have it, of course. Yeah, like I mentioned in other videos, I never bother getting the JP3 Raptors for the Amber collection, which is why they're not on the tier list. But I do intend to pick up everything for the Hammond collection. I've actually ordered the female Raptor used from a Amazon listing. So we'll see if that shows up. Flash is intact. And we'll do a review on that, but without the unboxing side of things. Not that unboxing these figures is terribly exciting, mind you. I mean, I don't really get the point of unboxing anything in general. Whatever. Here he is. Here's the Raptor out of the packaging. At a glance, looks a lot like the first one did. Very oversized feet. He's got the same weird deal with like a thumb claw on his hands instead of just three similarly length digits. Tail has a specific orientation, at least side to side, if not up down. There it goes, plugged it in. Let's see. In terms of quality control, I can't really align the stripes on each side of the body. Only one side can be aligned at a time. It kind of unaligns the other side pretty badly. That might not even be like a mistake on this figure as much as it is just a sad truth of the toy line. Paint deco looks pretty decent at a glance. Oh, the jaw's a little weird. It looks like he's got kind of a scowl going on here where like the lip is maybe pushed down a little bit. Kind of strange, like on the side of the mouth there. But that's true on each side, so maybe that's intentional to kind of give him a little bit of a scowl. Maybe if I block everything off here. But I'm not good at this stuff, as you've certainly figured out. Let's try like that. Yeah, there we go. Way closer to the camera. Focus on the Raptor. Yeah, a little bit of a scowl there on the mouth, maybe, which I think is significantly different compared to the other one. I think maybe if I can make him kiss and cover my face, maybe then it'll focus on them and not me. But yeah, the jaw shape is different. The whole head sculpt looks different. The neck is it's different too. Yeah, okay, so the neck is different. So on the original Raptor, the neck is kind of just a internal hinge that's hidden, and the new Raptor, the JP3 one, has these like external hinges you can see here under the jaw and on the top of the neck, which seems to give it more flexibility. Like yeah, you could have this one look way up, look way down, whereas the original one just has very limited range of head motion because of that hinge is buried inside the neck. So that's an interesting difference. The arms, the body looks the same to me. The feet are the exact same size, probably the same feet. Yeah, everything else looks the same. So it's just really the neck and head that's different. Tail length is, yeah, the same. They even have the same little bend to the side at the tip of the tail. Fingernails are painted, toenails are painted, dew claws are unpainted. That is the same as the original release of the figure. I think I like the head more though on this. I think there's a little more character. Like, yeah, if we look at the head sculpts, like you could tell this is a JP3 Raptor. It's got like the ridge above the nose, it's painted. Like that's a nice amount of detail. It's too bad the quills in the back of the head kind of look like shit, but they were always gonna look like shit in this scale. There's like no way to escape that. It was never gonna work well. It was always gonna be a bit jank. This is actually, I'd say this is better than I expected it to be, um, which surprises me for sure. It's still, essentially the same Raptor, but there's more changes to it than I might have expected. Yeah, I honestly I do think the head sculpt just looks a little bit meaner, a little bit better. Reference material. Here's what we got. We got this really big picture I actually found recently before I even had the figure. I saw this picture, I saved it to my hard drive because it looked cool. And here we go. Nice bit of reference. So we've got, yeah, red crest on the head. Blue eye socket with a red eyeball. That's pretty well captured here in the figure. The webcam will not focus for shit on this. But, it's there. You can at least see the colors, if not the resolution. The white stripe does go to the back of the eye. That is correct on the figure. You could see the underbelly is kind of this tan, which actually goes up, covers the bottom jaw, and comes up on the lips above the tooth line, which is correct on the figure, surprisingly so. The quills even have like kind of the black and white aesthetic going on here that they do in the reference material, which is like really surprising. Yeah, I think the shape of the jaw in this, there's like a little bit of a hook to it, but it makes it look meaner, which is kind of good. It's kind of in keeping with the design of the Raptor, which is pretty good. Yeah, obviously the hands are wrong because they have the short thumb for some reason. I don't know where this short Raptor thumb design comes from. Like, is that a thing seen maybe in Jurassic World at some point? In one of the Jurassic World films, and that's like the baseline they used for designing the Raptor? Because like even though most of the Hammond collection figures are ostensibly Jurassic Park era figures, like what do we have that's explicitly World? Like the Baryonyx, and that's like it basically. Um, even with that, figures like the Gallimimus are explicitly not the Jurassic Park Gallimimus. The packaging says they're from Jurassic Park, but they are very explicitly Jurassic World designs, and not even film designs. They're from like behind the scenes reference material that actually isn't accurate to the film. which is why the Gallimimus figure has teeth. So maybe that's where this is coming from with the thumbs. Maybe there's something in Jurassic World that redesigns the raptor hands to be like that. Don't know why. Kind of weird. What else? We got body stripe, goes down to the tail, doesn't go all the way down to the end of the tail like it probably should. In terms of coloring on the limbs, so this raptor image here has some obvious striping on the arms and on the thigh and down the leg, with the hands and feet being a little bit lighter colored. None of that is present on this figure. The feet and hands are precisely the same colored as the lower limbs. There is some striping on the upper thigh, and there is no striping on the upper arm, which is just the flat color. Also, I want to say this reference material gives me a really strong Gremlins vibe on the arm. I think it's something about how it's like the black and kind of brown striping and how it looks a little wet. Really evokes like a Gremlins vibe, which I'm not against. I do love me some Gremlins. But yeah, so I'd say overall we've got a really nice head sculpt for this guy compared to the design of the raptor in the film and the color palette. The tail with the red tip is nice. The white stripe is pretty good. But it really falls apart at the limbs, which are misproportioned with weird finger lengths and not painted correctly. We could try and get like a behind the thigh shot of these guys to see if the stripes are thicker on the back, but I'm going to assume they're not. I'm willing to bet money that it's just them shortcutting on painting the thigh correctly. They're just, you know, get a simple stripe that's kind of the same as what's on the other raptor figure. Although it's actually not quite the same. Yeah, it's a different paint decal than the thigh on the regular raptor. Kind of inverted from what this one is, but it's still not accurate or anything. This is going to be an interesting one to place. So it's kind of weird because like my inclination starting this was that this figure would be docked for being a rehash of the existing raptor. But I think it might do a better job of capturing the JP3 raptor than the JP1 raptor does of capturing the JP1 raptor. Because I actually, looking at it in person, I like the head sculpt here a lot more, I think. And there's something about the other raptor which isn't fully capturing the meanness it could for the film raptor. Plus the greater posability in the neck opens up some other options for this guy. Like you can get a lot more posing out of this. You can look way up, way down. There's a lot more potential for stuff to do there with that, which I can appreciate a little bit. So yeah, it feels blasphemous to put it ahead of the other raptor. Okay, so no, I docked the Tiger Raptor from the Amber collection for more than just it being a repaint. It's the palette, the color on it is nowhere near accurate to the film. Man. Okay, my heart is saying to put it ahead of the other Raptor just slightly. Definitely is on the lower half of A. There's still, I think, a pretty strong dividing line between the Concavinator and the Raptors here. I also kind of feel like I've undersold the Amber collection one a little bit. I mean, the Amber collection one... Why did I put the Hammond ahead of the Amber? Also, the Amber collection one has the short, weird thumb claw thing, or short thumb thing going on too. So that's definitely... It's definitely an issue with that, like carrying over. I think I gave the Hammond collection bonuses for being in a better scale compared to other figures than the Amber collection is. Yeah, we'll do that. That's the placement. It goes after Concavinator, ahead of the other Raptor. All right. Well, yeah, that's it for this video. That's the ranking. I had more to say about this than I expected to. Seems to me it's going to be impossible for me to keep these videos under 10 minutes. Well, there it is.